2, 1. Years ago, our three hosts began a journey together as they watched all the Ernest films and TV shows in chronological order for a podcast. As that quest neared its end, our heroes were entrusted with the holy grail of all things Ernest, the binders of unmade Ernest movie ideas. Having been blessed with this sacred text from the creators and writers of the Ernest franchise, they decided to share the treasures within with the world. They formed the Ernest P. Worrell Preservation Society and will gather regularly to discuss these films that never were. They are the well-wishers of Worrell, the gremlins of ground control. They are the Ernest P. Worrell Preservation Society. It's going to be a very table extravaganzo. Comprendo? Welcome, everyone, to episode 14 of the Ernest P. Worrell Preservation Society. I am your humble host, Dustin, joined, of course, by my favorite wizards of Worrell, well-wishers of Worrell, Jason.
I'm pumped. I'm ready to do it. Let's rock and roll, guys.
And Derek.
I say grip it and rip it, babe.
All right. Well, this is another patron-chosen episode.
Back to back.
This is Airhead Ernest, which is about 6 pages, I believe. We're just going to read the whole thing because it's not that long.
What does it mean to have a patron episode? What does that even mean?
Tell us, won't you please?
So what it means is they are somebody that went to patreon.com/seeingernest and contributed money on a monthly basis to our program. It helps fund the making of our t-shirts. It keeps the show free for everybody else that wants to listen, but you get some perks. One of the perks is the brand new patron only episode that actually I just released today, recording day.
He's funny.
For anybody that has currently or in the past contributed or in the future. They will get access to us talking about 20 different short pitches.
It's over 90 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's about an hour 45, and you will only hear about those if you're a patron. But
and you get some excellent Hoover bleeps.
yeah, as per usual.
I noticed I said the F word in it and it wasn't bleeped.
Oh, really? Well,
I think it's only funnier to like bleep me. I don't know. What do you think?
Sometimes they
very bleepable.
They sneak through. I guess I missed one.
Well,
my
it
bad.
probably speaks to the state you're in while editing.
It could.
Feeling good, feeling warm.
So, yeah, if you are one of the Dr. Otto level patrons, which is the $25 a month, you get a t-shirt of the Preservation Society logo. We all have one. You get sworn in, and you get a list of scripts to choose from. You get to pick an episode and jump ahead of the patron voting. You get to just be like, no, that's the one I want.
That's the one.
And this was selected by one of our patrons. So
before we go any further,
yeah.
I have to say that the beginning of the show, we always record the first chunk of the program.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only time I've ever been compelled to say, you two are wearing wonderful shirts today, and I think we should draw some attention to that for the people who want to check us out on YouTube.
Let's start with D.
I always have an Ernest shirt, usually one of our own. We haven't got our Goes Bananas shirts yet, but they were shipped yesterday.
Can't wait.
We should have those soon. I'm wearing from Horrible Home Video, Ernest Goes to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, it's
which has Jason coming after Ernest. And
not me.
Yeah.
Not me, Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees.
Yes.
So it's a nice bit of pop culture,
I like
apparel.
that. I like there's a sticker, a green sticker that would usually tell you the genre of the
but
film.
it says horrible.
Instead of horror, it's horrible. Yeah, that's very funny.
Yeah.
And then Derek is wearing a very festive sweater.
Yes, Christmas is. We're just about a week out.
We're
from
3
Christmas.
days after Christmas when this comes out,
Sure.
but
Merry
it is
Christmas.
recorded ahead of the holiday. So
I am wearing my Stranger Things Christmas sweater. I love it.
It's got the Demogorgon, and then who are the? Does it have?
I think it has all 5.
11.
Yeah, it's got the 4 kids and 11.
The OGs.
no
The
Winona
OGs.
Ryder.
No Winona Ryder.
Joyce can sit on it.
Sit on it, Potsy. And and also in spirit of the holiday, I feel like this is more of a Christmassy wintertime kind of drink. I made us a gin-based drink.
We're rocking and rolling, man. I call it from the beginning. We're doing it. We got the cool shirts out. We got the cool drinks.
Got some
We got
alcohol.
my Jim Varney doll with his arm that fell off. You know,
And his poo-poo pants.
And we're about 6 months into this show.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for half a year now. And
Holy
this,
Moses.
like I said, this was selected by one of our patrons, Dennis, who we swore in, I believe, a couple episodes ago. It's written by a couple guys that I don't know a whole lot about. I have seen their names in the binders elsewhere, but I was unable to contact them, so I can't.
what is your
Speak
mode?
on.
What's your game plan when it comes time to contact people? Just Facebook, Twitter. What do you do?
I use everything, just so
Okay.
you know.
Boxes with tiny scrolls.
I Google their names, see what I can find. I try
Old
to.
phone books.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a microfiche
Do you
account with the local library.
You have to look at. The
I'm the only
newspaper
one
with
who
the
knows what a microfiche is
What, at the library or at this table?
at the library.
I was going to say, please. Let's pretend for a second I don't know what microfiche is.
That's I love microfiche. The spies always kept them in their teeth.
Yes.
This does have a note on the front written by Buster that says, "Not crazy enough,
No.
not enough fantasy."
No.
So we're
Life
just
is like a fantasy.
Yes, thank you, Aldo
Big-
Nova.
Big spoiler alert: no dragons or sorcery in this one.
Yeah.
No fantasy.
So Airhead Ernest, what are you thinking? Are you picturing
I'm picturing Pip farting on a snare drum.
he's one of the Lone Rangers?
Is that signed by someone?
This is signed by David Arquette, who tweeted at us.
What?
What? This is a David Arquette signed copy of Airhead.
And he's in it.
Yeah.
That's-
I forget his character's
He
name.
works
He's got
at the
that-
radio
He's
station.
got that
Okay.
surfer blonde hair.
Yep.
Wow.
Somebody traded that in at co-op.
Oh, so you didn't go
What?
somewhere to?
I know.
Who trades that
I
in?
have no idea. I upgraded my copy. I'm like, I'll take the Arquette autograph version.
I have a GameCube game at home. It's called Legends of Wrestling. It's terrible,
Yeah.
but it's signed by Ted DiBiase. So do you think I'll ever get rid of that?
No.
Of course not. Will I ever play the game? No.
No.
It's got the $1
Was
million
it-
man.
I wasn't
signature.
a huge game system person, but
Right.
wasn't GameCube just terrible? I don't remember
You can
anybody
still
being like,
play 'em
"Oh
on
my
the
god,
Wii."
I love my
I
GameCube."
have some GameCube games just because we have a Wii.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
not a success for the Nintendo brand.
No.
It was better than Sega CD.
Amen to
Oh,
that.
good lord.
All right, so
Or Sega Saturn.
yeah,
Night Trap.
we're gonna start here on page 1 at the international terminal in Frankfurt. An impatient German complains loudly about his lost luggage. The translation reads, "What kind of IDOTs work for this airline?"
Illinois
You can't,
Department
do,
of
you can't do
Transportation.
that in a German accent? Come on now.
What kind of IDOTs work for this airline?
That's a little sweet. Here, this is how you
All right,
crowd
let's
it
hear
up.
Yeah.
What kind of idiots work for this airline?
Well, it's
Das ist nicht eine Bubi.
but it's
IDOTs.
it's captions, and so he's
Yeah,
not
but you
really
read the
saying-
caption
yeah.
and come on, man.
What's Hitler say in The Simpsons when he's trying to answer the phone?
Eine cellular phone is eine nuisance phone.
Nuisance phone.
Buenos noches, mein Führer.
Ja, ja.
And then in the Tokyo airport, a fast-talking Japanese jabbers incessantly at a desk clerk.
As they're wont to do.
The translation:
Same accent.
"You have dishonored my luggage and the luggage of my ancestors."
What worst Japanese accent ever.
That's a. I think that was a Juarez, Mexico
A
accent.
little bit.
That's how I like doing it, like, because then I'm not offending anybody.
You want to give me a shot or let me take a shot?
Yeah,
at it?
you go ahead.
Because I
and
give
give-
offended. Yeah, let's hear what you
zero box.
You can't say that.
Sure, he'll believe it. It's great. You have this. It's Japanese, right? Okay, yeah, because there's different Asians. You have dishonored my luggage and the luggage of my ancestors.
No, that what part
Yeah.
that wasn't in there. At Heathrow in London,
You always got to throw in
a Briton purses his lips in dismay. Who is the fool responsible for this? Is that?
Wait, are you worried about offending Brits?
No, that's my.
They're
actual
not a
language.
race. They're just a place.
Yeah. At the Nashville.
Race is the place for true hardware.
Perfect.
At the Nashville airport, an American expresses the exasperation of air travelers the world over. "I was only flying from Chattanooga to Nashville. How did my bags end up in Japan?" Inside airport operations, we get our answer. in the person of baggage handler Ernest P. Worrell. A synapse in the nerve center of global travel, the gremlin of ground transport. Ernest works for Blue Sky Airlines with fellow baggage handler and former World War II pilot Will Spafford. Chuck and Bobby are pilots for the airline.
That's fantastic.
And they're I feel like they have a nice meaty role in this.
Yeah.
Meaty
I'm
bits.
happy about it.
The owner of Blue Sky Airlines, the ruthlessly efficient Lorenzo Franks. Probably related to our friend Johnny Franks
Franks.
and the limo company.
Yep.
And then what would Lorenzo's accent be?
Hi, I'm Lorenzo Franks.
Yeah.
I own Blue Sky Airlines.
All right.
Talk to my son Johnny if you need a limo
Hey.
and aren't in a limo gang.
I.e. last episode.
Yes.
Right?
Nice callback there.
They tour the terminal to seek out and destroy glitches in the system. Watching Ernest, there's little doubt in Frank's mind. The human bottleneck has been found. His recommendation, relocate Ernest to a job where he can't cause so much damage. Move him to management.
Little joke there.
It's called failing up.
Jason, you can take over.
Perfect. So Ernest finds himself at the front counter where, instead of baggage, he can route people to the wrong destinations. Now,
Oh, I'm sorry, that's P-opal.
Piopal. That's right.
P-opal.
Penelope?
And it's underlined.
Club dread.
Yeah.
A lot of errors, grammatical errors, big and small in this, but that's all right. So he's working at the counter where he can route people to the wrong destinations. The guy from earlier, now his bags are in Chattanooga, but he's in Chile.
Chile.
Ernest waxes.
to go to Chile.
Chile?
Chile.
I want to go to the country, Chile.
I want to get my luggage in Chile.
In my luggage, I go to Chile.
What is that? That's from Mama's Family?
Mama's Family.
Yeah, I love
You
Mama's
should know
Family.
that. You're the one that introduced me to that saying.
Love Chile.
Chile. You love Chile? Oh, you just a little kid that loves Chile?
Yeah.
Hey, Quacker Jack.
Quackle Jacks?
Mickey Lawrence, 40, 45, playing a 70-year-old woman.
It was great.
Such a weird concept.
But it was
Yeah,
great, too.
I used to watch it.
I did too.
I think
A
you-
Carol Burnett sketch that said, we could turn this into a whole series.
Yeah.
Damn right. With Ken Berry of F Troop fame.
Ken Berry, he used to be on the Hall of Fame at the Barn 2 out in Deerfield. He was,
Yeah.
he had performed out there.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. I actually somewhere have the playbill with his picture on the front of it
Do you now?
signed. Yeah.
Signed by Ken Berry himself.
Dad and Susan used to go out and watch those a lot, and I got his, Peter Rickles, who played Bo on Days of Our Lives, and crap, I forget his last name, Barry, that played Greg Brady.
Barry Williams.
Williams, that's it. Yep.
Ken Berry still alive? Do we know?
I don't think so.
I think he passed a few years back.
I don't like to hear that. Ernest waxes rhapsodically to a beautiful woman co-worker, Becky Spafford, that's Will's daughter, about the joy and beauty of flight. He thinks they're in just about the most ethereal profession of them all. Turns out Becky is an aviatrix.
Oh wait, so
She-
she's like dominates airplanes?
Well, I was
Model
going to
letter.
say, is it a lot like the Mile High Club, but you're paying to be on the airplane to be dominated?
Okay.
Cat of nine tails.
Yes. Sponkings.
You're gonna take some peanuts whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
mister.
Shove your face in that kosher meal.
There weren't peanut allergies back in the 90s.
That's right, amen. Oh, 90s, what a time to be alive. Becky actually owns a plane. Would Ernest like to go flying? Ernest gulps. His bluff has been called. She takes him up in her Stearman biplane.
Yeah.
Ernest brings a box lunch, and as Becky performs a double inverted loop, food goes flying everywhere. Ernest scrambles to get it and ends up tangled in the wing struts at 5,000 feet. It's a fabulous wing walking exhibition witnessed by many on the ground, including Will.
This seems dangerous.
This is like
It's
a
not
local,
recommended.
like a local airstrip that they're just flying and having fun on.
Sandpiper Air.
Yeah.
Huh?
I love
Huh?
wings. Great American program. Back at his job with the airline, a young girl asks Ernest to make sure her puppy gets on the plane with her. Ernest volunteers to handle it personally. With his buddy Will back in baggage handling, Ernest reroutes a few suitcases for old time's sake, loses track of the schedule, and nearly forgets about the puppy. And putting the puppy on the plane, he gets shut into the cargo container and locked inside the aircraft's cargo hold.
Uh-oh. The plane takes off with Ernest inside trying to get out. He eventually appears in the flight attendant's elevator. One flight attendant screams. Everyone thinks the plane has been hijacked, although no one, including Ernest, knows who's doing the hijacking.
There's a couple of good gags.
Yeah.
Up to this point, on the airplane, walk on the wing. That's pretty. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Now I do have a question.
Mhm.
Now, I know you've flown, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You've flown.
Just yeah. That's
Yeah.
passenger, yeah.
I know there's different levels, and I've never flown.
Okay.
They have an elevator, and I know sometimes they have like a staircase to go between different sections of the plane, but
I have never been on an elevator in a plane.
Neither have I. I do think it's real though.
Okay.
It's like a dumbwaiter, like on Webster. And he's just wheeling himself up.
Yep.
Hi,
Yep.
ma'am.
I
Hi,
think
George.
It
Hi,
is
George.
just like that. But no, most planes don't have stairs. Like there's only like massive like oversea airliners that have like different levels inside.
Sure.
But some of the bigger planes do have, I think, elevators for the staff to get down to like cargo areas if needed.
Really?
But I've never been in one, and I think it's like a super small, kind of almost hidden thing in the plane.
I'll fly
Okay.
steerage next time and do some investigating.
Could you please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Up in the cockpit, Chuck and Bobby initiate emergency procedures. I can immediately see that being hilarious. All hell breaks loose as food carts smash down the aisles, and Ernest stimulates a general sense of pandemonium among the passengers. When the plane lands, Lorenzo Franks fires everyone involved. Ernest, Chuck and Bobby, Becky, and Will. He fires his own daughter?
No, it's Will's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
it's Will's
yeah,
daughter.
sorry.
Why is
She's
Will-
not part of the Franks
Did I not
family.
mention that I got borderline concussed this
Yeah.
week? Sorry.
Will has one L in a name.
Like Will Sasso,
Yeah, you've never seen that?
I don't like it. Will Sasso's only got one L?
doesn't he?
I think he does.
You mean Will Sasso from Ernest Goes to School?
Yep.
The one and the same.
All, in his opinion, were culpable. They're all, except for the understanding Becky, ready to kill Ernest. But then Becky offers an idea. Why don't they start their own commuter airline?
Mm.
A la Sandpiper Air. Trying to drop some references to Couch Pilots here.
Thank you.
They have the necessary skills.
She's the Helen Chapel.
Mm.
This
Oh,
Becky
now
is-
I'm on board.
Yeah,
Ooh,
baby.
Yeah. She'll loop me up and I'm all yours.
Dirt tootin'. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a Roy Biggins, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Excellent. I appreciate you. They have the necessary skills, what with Will's lifetime with the airlines, Chuck and Bobby's piloting talents, her own ticketing and stewardess experience, and Ernest's ... Ernest's ... once more. Well, they're bound to find something Ernest can do well. Will has seen enough of Ernest's work to know that a successful travel business depends on not having Ernest as an employee. He's against hiring our boy, so to redeem himself with Will as a master of the air, Ernest undertakes a rigorous training program designed to get Ernest acclimated to the air. He tries hang gliding, but the kite keeps nosing into the ground. A hot air balloon collapses on top of him before it takes off. His auto gyro takes off without him.
What is that?
That's a sandwich that makes itself.
Oh.
It's of
Derek, I think
Greek
you meant to say
origins.
auto gyro.
Yeah, Eero.
Oh,
It's pronounced.
common Midwesterner mistake. Hey,
That's
can
right.
I get one of those gyros? Oh,
Okay.
that sounds delicious.
Sandwich that makes itself.
Yeah,
Wow.
that does sound good.
Incredible.
What
Man,
will
if I
they
could
think
get,
of
If I
next?
could get an automatic hero, like hero, not hero,
Yeah.
with the cucumber sauce, hero. Oh
Mhm.
man, automatic grinder.
Auto grinder?
Have you?
Grinder.
Would you suffer from auto asphyxiation?
Derek's a true aviatrix.
Are you proud of yourself right now?
Kind of.
Good. As long as you stand by your decision, man, I'll fully back you. Oh, where were we before that? Auto hero, that's right. And when he strings a dozen helium balloons to a lawn chair, he floats away nearly to the jet stream before colliding with a flock of Canadian geese who pop enough balloons to lower him back to the ground.
I saw that movie. Wasn't it called like Danny Duck Chair or something?
Yeah, with Ethan Frown. What's that guy from
The guy
Notting
from
Hill?
Weird Science.
No. What's that? Maybe you're right, but I'm thinking of some
But
other
you're,
guy.
yeah, you're thinking of another one.
He's like a dirty British guy.
You ever see Notting Hill? With
Yeah.
Julia Roberts?
Why would I do that?
And Hugh Grant.
Yeah, Hugh Grant. I was a lady, late 90s.
Fair enough.
I believe he's also in the replacements.
He
He plays like a field goal kicker
He's
or
the
something.
tall, white, lanky British dude with dirty blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the British Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Okay. Good call.
Danny
The movie I
Dexter.
immediately thought of was, I think it's, God bless it, what's the name of it? It had Wyatt from Weird Science in it.
Like the only
I
movie
just
he did.
watched Weird Science
And it was
last
based
night.
on a book, a kid's book, like a young adult novel.
Well, let me ask you this: was he Dr. Connors in The Amazing Spider-Man? I think he was.
Oh, the guy we're thinking of. Yes.
Danny Dexter.
Yes, that was him.
Oh.
It's like Reese.
Irfins or something.
Yeah.
It's like something like
I can't
that.
remember how to pronounce it.
Who gives a shit?
I also think of the Bubble Boy. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Remember that kid?
Sure.
With Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
Or are you
The
thinking of John Travolta movie?
the balloon, the kid that like they lied and said he went in this
With the weather
balloon.
And then he
Yeah.
blew it on
He
the
was
interview.
he was hiding in the attic the whole time.
I hiding from you, Daddy.
Yeah, they were on like wife swap or something. I remember watching that
Oh,
episode.
really?
They were nuts, and then they
I'm
They sound
sorry,
like
the only
monsters.
wife swap episode I understand or remember is the crazy religious lady.
oh
The
the
fat chick.
oh I know who you're talking about, her the God Warrior.
Yeah. I am a god warrior. Gorgons!
Yeah, Gorgiles.
Gorgiles!
It's tainted.
Tainted! If
She,
you don't...
she ripped up her check because it.
Oh,
came
she
from-
eventually accepted the
Oh, I'm
money.
sure
That's
she
the
did.
PS to
Yeah.
that story. If you don't put in a drop of her screaming like a banshee.
Oh, you know it. I also liked the little kid they called King Curtis,
Oh my god.
Um,
You loved you some
who-
King Curtis.
who was mad that the lady wouldn't let him eat chicken nuggets and bacon.
This is a
Yeah.
wife swap.
Wife
Yeah.
swap.
Never saw it.
Listen here, lady.
Listen here.
Bacon's good for me.
Yeah. Oh, he was a delight.
Never saw it. And
He
you know
was
what?
a delight.
I never will see it.
You know what? You're richer for it.
You'll hear it. So, when the small commuter airline gets off the ground, pun intended, Ernest tries every job in the book. He takes home correspondence courses and flight attendant training. He peers over Will's shoulder, trying to learn airplane mechanics. He sits in the cockpit with Chuck and Bobby. He botches it all, and Will fires him almost as many times as Becky rehires
God
him.
bless you, Becky.
What a saint.
Good girl, Becky. Despite Ernest's pathetic failure, the small airline prospers to the point where Lorenzo Franks himself flies into their small airport on his private jet and offers to buy them out.
This, to me, right here, this is where the problem starts with this.
Okay, so in Act 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the next paragraph, like, completely goes against what we're saying here. Like, this guy, Blue Skies, he's got this huge, massive corporation that's doing really well, and this one commuter plane thing is causing enough grief to fly in.
Now, all I say is remember the notes on the front page.
And,
Not crazy enough, not enough fantasy.
I want more fantasy.
Involving Becky.
Give me a goddamned griffin.
I want sword and sorcery.
Fireballs.
Some sort of obelisk.
Fireball. Fireball.
Maybe-
Fireball.
Maybe a monolith. Those are hot these days.
They
Oh,
are.
yeah.
They're
Oh,
showing up
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Love a good monolith.
You gotta have that monolith, baby.
When Will refuses, what would he do if he weren't in the airplane business? His employees cheer him, and Frank vows to run him out of business. They are the little airline that could, except that they can't compete with Blue Sky's sleek fleet of jets.
Then why did Frank Lorenzo fly there to confront them and buy them out? If they cannot compete, why did he do that?
To set up the third act?
Okay.
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 It's a losing battle, and before long, Will has to concede defeat. He notifies the FAA, the FFA.
Future Farmers of America.
Of course.
Yes.
What's the FAA?
Same.
Okay.
Yep.
They are withdrawing from their routes. Bobby and Chuck go back to crop dusting. I'm guessing.
They farting.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're farting back and forth.
I want a huge fart montage here.
Yep.
I want equal time. You think Chuck's gonna get most of the farting? I want equal time farts between the two.
I want to see Bobby in one of those airplane helmets with the goggles.
Oh yeah,
Just making
that
his
leather hat,
his
the big flash.
yeah, making his faces as he's like bomb diving on some cows and stuff in the
Big
field.
farts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a Deliverance style dueling buttholes between these two gentlemen.
These are my crop dusting shoes. He puts their proud old aircraft up for sale. Well, we can keep going, but we got to end it somewhere for you guys watching on YouTube. There's not a whole lot of story left, but you're going to get to hear all about the rest of the script and our thoughts on who we think should play these people.
and whether or not Marky Post is going to be a part of that.
So tune in. The episode will be out December 28th. Depending upon when you're watching this, it's already available. Make sure you hit subscribe on our feed so that way you guys never miss a video once it drops, because we put these out weeks, sometimes before the episode comes out. So stay,
Just to give you a taste.
yeah, stay ahead of the curve. Know what I mean, Vern? All right, we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas. God bless us. Everyone.
That one as big as me?